are in Kerala now. They say that a section of Christians, especially the Syrian Catholics, are moving
Yes.
towards BJP, and they played an important role in the victory of Suresh Gopi in Thrissur.
Yes, that's true.
Uh, yeah. So,
That is
how
true.
do you explain this phenomena? What is the reason? Knowing fully well, many of these people who supported kept asking a lot of us in Delhi about Manipur. Maybe is it just tribal conflict or is it a religious one? But then
Yeah.
when it comes to their political choices, they tend to, move with BJP because there is a love jihad or whatever is the other issues which they find. So how do you explain this thing? Because you are now in Kerala, you can
Yeah.
read the things around you.
Well, what the breakthrough victory that the BJP has gained by winning one of the 20 Lok Sabha seats in Kerala in the 2024 elections is the outcome of a fairly long period of working towards it. Now, the BJP, the Kerala unit or wing of BJP tried various strategies in the past. They tried to play the communal card. The Hindu majoritarian communal card in Kerala did not work. For example, they sponsored the Shabarimala movement, Stree Praveshana movement, and the people rejected the communal card. And even before that, they have been trying to penetrate the tribal people and the scheduled caste of Kerala mainly by penetrating the temples, temple management committees, so on and so forth. So many of the scheduled caste or Dalit temples have already been Sanskritized, so to speak. So a lot of groundwork has happened, but the peculiar situation in Kerala, which is a hindrance to the fulfillment of BJP's plan to annex Kerala, to which they attach great significance, is the communal divide of Kerala. Namely, if you look at the Hindu community, the Hindu upper caste is really a minority. The sizable chunk of the Hindu population in Kerala are Nayars on the one side and Eravas on the other side.
Yeah.
Now, historically, the Nayars and the Eravas have been uncompromising enemies to each other. They'll never come on the same platform.
Yes.
So the BJP realized that creating a Hindu, pan-Hindu unity in Kerala and winning elections in Kerala is impossible. So therefore, they switched over to the next strategy, and that is, they realized that traditionally, the Muslim community and the Kerala community have been committed vote banks of the Congress.
You mean the Christian community?
So, the Muslim community and the Christian community, yes.
Yeah.
So they decided that the only way forward is to drive a wedge between Muslims and Christians. And over a period of time, they have carried on with the propaganda that the Muslims are conspiring to bring about the economic and political downfall, the economic downfall and the political marginalization of Christians in Kerala. Now, in order to do this, they took the help of the Christian bishops. And it was easy for them to do because they could very easily use the carrot and stick policy. As I've been saying for quite some time now, the Christian church leadership in Kerala is highly corrupt. The central government has damning information about all of them, and therefore it's very easy to play blackmail politics. So the bishops in Kerala have no option but to sign on the dotted line. So they were promised that if they allowed themselves to be co-opted into this BJP strategy of playing one community against another, the Muslims against Christians in Kerala, they would be safe. So the bishops were the first to make a beeline for the BJP's patronage, and through them, Obviously, the rest of the Christian folks who are actually slavish when it comes to their church loyalties began to gravitate towards the BJP. Now, in this process, various strategies were used in order to activate the psychology of anxiety and fear in the Christian community. One was this love jihad, the idea that Muslim women are roaming around, they are on the prowl, looking for girls, particularly of the Syrian Catholic Church, to lure them with the promise of marriage, seduce them, and then sell them in the international terror market. Another strategy was this drug jihad.
Yes.
So various strategies were used. But the sad thing is that in all of this kind of highly baseless, absolutely dishonest propaganda, the persons at the forefront were Christian bishops.
Yeah.
And I took when this process began, I took a stand against it very forthright, because I knew the political fallout of this and I knew the hidden danger in this. But unfortunately, my voice went unheeded, and Suresh Gopi could not have won the Thrissur seat but for the massive migration of Christian votes from other parties to BJP. Otherwise, he's getting 78,000, a lead of 78,000 votes over his next candidate. It's unthinkable.
Yeah.
It's extremely flattering.
Also, in the run-up to elections, Kerala, some of the Catholic churches were showing this film, which is
Love story. Kerala story. Kerala story. Yes.
Which
It's part of.
Nothing to do with the Christians as such. It is about recruitment of Muslim fundamentalists. That is being shown, which is very.
No, while that is true, it was projected in such a manner as to make the rank and file in the Christian community believe that these people are a dangerous lot. Absolutely. You see, as Christians, we should not bear false witness against anybody else. We are behaving in an extremely unchristian manner. And whenever and wherever I point out these blatant moral lapses on the part of our community, an organized attack is mounted on me, as though I have some personal interest in the matter. I am only a voice crying in the wilderness. Unfortunately, I happen to know and I can foresee the consequences of all this.
Yes.
We are cutting the branch on which we are sitting.
Yeah.
And we are doing so because it is in the interest of a few bishops to cultivate the patronage of a particular party in power. So for their sake, an entire community is being vulgarized and degraded spiritually. And unless and until voices are heard against this,
carry on.
Everyone who has any modicum of sense, a sense of history, and an understanding of ground realities must raise his or her voice against this massive betrayal of a spiritual tradition and the vulgarization of a faith community. It's an obnoxious crime.
Yes, that's a very strong comment to make coming from you, because you have been associated with the church in one way or the other all your life.
Yeah. So, I have represented the Christian community nationally as a member of the National Commission for Minority Education Institutions. I have been the busiest convention preacher in India for at least 10-15 years. I know every church, every denomination in Kerala. And unfortunately, I know both what happens within the curtains and outside of it. And I must tell you that the reality is really very scary.
Okay. Why do you say so?
Because churches are rotting to their roots. You can imagine how unprincipled, how unethical, how corrupt, and how cowardly the church leadership is. I have no hesitation in saying this in public.
It's very sad. Yes, we saw that that was South India, the whole courts took over.
See, what I want the Christians, ordinary Christians in Kerala, in India, or anywhere in the world to realize is that when a faith community goes through a period of trial and tribulation, a period of stress and strain, the most important thing for them is the extent of inner resources, inner strength that they have. That inner strength will be eroded completely if we compromise on our ethical, moral stature.
Yes.
You can't be corrupt and courageous at the same time. You will collapse like a house of cards if you're a corrupt community when the wind turns against you. As indeed it is happening and it will continue to happen. So if the present trend continues, I have serious worries about what's going to happen to the Christian community in Kerala.
I hope that's a good point to conclude, and I hope the leaders of the community will realize this and go about it. And one could see that the Muslims have, in a way, realized it because there's no open fatwa on anything these days. It's all, they have, which used to be there, 30 years back. They have realized the significance.
Before we conclude, let me only make a mention to your viewers that having become aware of the need to raise awareness in our community concerning the dangers that are knocking at our doors, I overcame my reluctance to enter the social media and started a small YouTube channel called Temple of Thoughts. Temple of Thoughts.
Which is immensely popular.
There I'm developing the resources necessary to minister to the morale of the community, to enable them to think more factually, rationally, enable them to understand the ground realities that we have to reckon with, and also to go back to the teachings of Jesus Christ, to draw from him the wisdom and the spiritual strengths we need to endure times of privation and difficulty. So if you can encourage your viewers to benefit from the resources that I so prayerfully and assiduously develop. Every day from morning till night, I'm working on it. Each day I produce about 4 to 5 videos. They're all available entirely free of cost. It doesn't cost them 1 rupee to anyone. If only people would benefit from these resources, I shall feel that my mission is relevant and is being fulfilled. So please bring it to the notice of whoever you can. The resources are available.
Yes, and but that's one of the reason I thought I must speak to you, because you are already speaking a different language, a language of reason and compassion, not language of hate or aggression, which is very rare these days.
Yeah. Now, how can we as Christians play this hate card against anyone?
Yes.
We have to renounce our faith before we play the hate card. And I find it astonishing, indeed shocking, that bishops are in the forefront of playing this hate card. They are spreading the poison of hatred and communal divide. I find it shocking, to put it very mildly. The most irresponsible, unchristian thing to do.
Yes.
And the people will have to pay a price. And the thing is that these bishops, having played their game, they will disappear into thin air. But the poor people, the ordinary Christian believers, will be left high and dry. They'll have to pay for the venalities and the corruptions and the irresponsibilities of these people. They have already sold their soul. It's highly necessary that people are alerted to the danger that is staring them in their face. I'm not being alarmist. I'm being realistic about where we have reached.
Yes, anybody who understands national politics will agree with you.
Yes.
And thank you for being active on that.